This program is brought to you by
The mandate of BDO Foundation is to implement programs that address some of the country's biggest problems that will also allow us to develop that culture of volunteerism that will have impact on both the communities and the country. I'm Mario De Riquito. I'm the president of BDO Foundation. It's the corporate social responsibility arm of BDO Unibank. BDO Foundation's program pillars consist of number one, financial education, because we want to contribute to addressing the low levels of financial literacy in the country. We think it's a serious problem for the Philippines. And that is why we want to contribute to that. That also supports the national strategy for financial inclusion of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. No? Kaya nga yung, yung approach namin dito, dinesign namin in a way na maraming tao yung maabot. No? Beginning with the education sector, and then the government sector, and then the underserved sectors such as farmers and fisherfolk. Kung titingnan mo kasi yung sitwasyon ng mga mangingisda at magsasaka, unang-una yung kanilang income ay hindi stable. Parang seasonal. And then they are the most vulnerable as far as climate change is concerned.
Mga pala si Evelyn Gamarcha, residente ng San Isidro, Sibuna, Guimaras. Sa amin, kami na mga nagpapakain ng bangus, no, pupunta kami sa fish case, pupunta kami ng umaga. Tapos, stay kami din doon, and then babalik kami ng tanghali. And then, after mga 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, babalik na naman kami sa area para naman sa feeding ng aming bangus.
Yung mga area na sinasabi kong mayroon siyang distancing para hindi masuffocate yung mga yung bangus.
Well, ang pinaka-challenge talaga is yung merong natural calamity katulad ng bagyo. Siyempre, kami kabado pag dumating yung mga ganyang kalamidad dahil wala kaming control na anytime pwede masira ang aming hanap buhay.
Nag-develop kami ng program para sa mga mangingisda. Ang tawag namin dito, Fish and Learn. It's a financial education game. Kasi sa tingin namin, masangkop sa kanila yung ganong approach kaysa doon sa, para bibigyan mo ng classroom lecture.
Itaas ang kamay kung gustong bumili ng micro-insurance.
Savings 100, micro-insurance 100.
Ito kasing Fish and Learn financial education game, parang bibigyan yung mga mangingisda, yung mga participants ng pagkakataon na maggawa ng mga financial decisions given certain life situations. No? And then tatanungin sila, kung ganito ang mangyayari, halimbawa nagkaroon ng bagyo, ano yung gagawin nyo? Halimbawa, mangungutang ka ba? O kaya dudukutin mo ba yung na-save mo? Pagkatapos ng game na yon, pag-aaralan nila sino yung pinaka-successful at bakit, no? And then yung facilitator doon magbibigay ng mga inputs.
Isa sa magandang paglagyan ng inyong pera upang makaipon.
Mag-impok sa bangko.
With this program, we can teach them how to allocate funds for a certain savings, for example, for a certain emergency fund, for social protection, and to allocate the term that once they have the income, they have first to save, because that will allow them to be free from the bondage of, we call it utang.
During our life events, nasunugan, so sa bahay yung alkansya.
Mas wise pala talaga pag nasa bangko. Kasi pag sa bahay, lahat masusunog, wala din. So, either insurance o bangko o sa ang negosyo, kaya para nandoon yung...
Yung hindi pa namin natutunan yung Teach and Learn, hindi napapalaga kung ano talaga yung uunahin. So yung focus lang is yung maghanap buhay, pero hindi namin na-concentrate kung saan ano talaga ang i-priority namin. Lalo na kung may mga dumating na mga kalamidad sa amin.
So times mo yan ang 5 times 150. Na minus ng pitch, na minus na doon, yun ang pangalawang cycle na naman na gagamitin. 283,880 divide 5, 56,776. Ito yung gagamitin sa pang education, health, insurance, ipon, savings.
Kailangan i-ready din namin yung para sa pang-health namin. And then, isa din sa tinuturo sa amin kung paano mapahalagan ang karagatan namin para naman tuloy-tuloy ang aming hanap buhay. Or kung magkaroon ka ng utang sa bangko, dapat maging wise ka kung saan mo gagamitin yung pera.
Iyon namang sa mga magsasaka, ang ginawa naming financial education game, kapareho rin halos nung sa Fish and Learn, no, para sa mga mangingisda. Pero yung sa kanila ay sa konteksto ng mga magsasaka mismo. At ang tawag naman namin dyan, kita mo na. Ano? Ang ibig sabihin ng kita mo na ay or kapital at ipon tungo sa asenso.
Meron kaming mga dinevelop dito na mga modules in coordination, of course, with the expertise of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. And then yung modules naman na ito, yung pinaka-kit, ang nag-fund naman nito is the BDO Foundation. Kita mo na is an interactive game. Meron itong parang play money wherein yung mga farmers and fishers na beneficiaries ng ACPC or yung mga naka-avail na ng loan, they will be playing the game and then they will be experiencing yung sinasabi namin mga life events. They will be able to know how to save, how to avoid scams, and even how to save for their future.
Mahalaga ang financial education kasi sa katulad ng mangingisda or mga fisher folks, hindi madali ang hanap buhay. So, kung meron kang pera, dapat you know how to manage your money. Where ang nilook forward ko na ipagpatuloy yung programa ng BDO Foundation through BFAR kasi marami silang matutulungan at matuturuan kung paano nila i-handle ang kanilang mga finances. Ako mas gusto pa pang i-spread pa sa karamihan para naman magkaroon naman ng ma-learn din sila sa katulad sa natutunan din namin.
The BSP recognizes that partnerships with entities that share our vision and objectives is key. We leverage each other's resources, competencies, and delivery channels to create a multiplier effect in financial inclusion and education.
Yung isa sa mga partners namin sa Financial Education Program, kasama rin ang Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas ay yung Civil Service Commission. No? As you all know, Civil Service Commission is the HR arm of government. Ang tingin kasi namin mahalaga na itong nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno ay mabigyan din ng mga kakayahan, kaalaman, mga tools para sa financial literacy. Importante na maayos yung kanilang buhay, no, habang naglilingkod sila sa gobyerno, no.
Speaking as the Civil Service Institute, we don't have an offering on financial education. I think primarily because this is not a competency of the CSC. So there is no program being offered. It is very much aligned with a number of public service values on patriotism, on integrity, even on excellence.
It would have been easier for us to just conduct a series of seminars or webinars for government employees. But do you want our intervention to be more long-term? No? In our agreement with the Civil Service Commission and the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, gagawin namin siyang long-term program. And paano gagawin to? 2 phases yung partnership namin. First phase is that the financial education program will be implemented within the Civil Service Commission first, no? Among their more than 1,000 employees nationwide. No? The second phase is that this program will eventually be rolled out into the entire government. No? Ibig sabihin, lahat ng government agencies and hopefully also among the local governments.
Right now, we have like more than 100 trainers to help us capacitate the internal CSC.
When the FinEd program started through the signing of the MOA in 2019, I was a new addition to the HR kasi I got promoted that time. And then our division was in charge of facilitating or implementing the training itself. We developed together with our partners, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and BDO Foundation. We developed the storyboards, the training materials. We conducted pilot runs of the training, even during the pandemic. For this module, we are on module number 2, which is managing debt. And debt meaning utang po. I was able to learn about debt management because it's the module that I'm handling. Ito talaga yung kinabisado ko. Ako yung gumawa ng storyboard. Ako rin yung gumawa ng script for that. Because na-experience ko magkaroon ng utang. And through those modules about debt management, natuto ako on the strategies that we can adopt to minimize our debts and be debt-free.
Unahing bayaran ng utang na may pinakamalaking interest rate.
In terms of application of the concepts they've learned from financial education, they have a number of them in some regions have already invested their hard-earned money because you will learn how to save, and the money that is saved you can put into investment regardless whether it's small or big. We will have more as we end the year because the target is 1,000 civil CSC employees and officials. We plan to integrate as a mandatory course financial education to new entrants in government. So may tatak CSC na sila, and in the beginning they will learn financial ed as newcomers, and that is very critical.
Isa siyang ginagalang na kawani ng bayan, masipag at mapagkakatiwalaan.
Siguro the confidence on the part na mas nagkaroon sila ng idea on how to create more income streams. And also, yung perspective na paano ko magagamit yung pera ko that would help me grow it and not lose more. I think it's something that we can say na thanks to FinEd kasi nagkaroon sila ng confidence and idea kung paano sila makakapag-invest.
Financially stable, independent, that is, the effect is enormous to you in terms of you performing in your respective area. You will not be bothered by debts, for example. So you are able to concentrate on really working hard. So I think that is a direct impact of the program.
When you say helping disadvantaged communities, it's a very broad term, no? So we decided to focus on communities affected by disasters. No? And our intervention starts with disaster relief, no? Providing them immediate relief, no? Alam mo naman, pag tinamaan ng sakuna, bagyo, lindol, other calamities like man-made calamities, no? Like the Marawi siege, no? Maraming tao yung nahihirapan kahit yung basic na pangangailangan nila, pagkain, tubig, no? And sabi namin, let's focus on just two programs, no? One is to help in the building of destroyed classrooms, and second is to help in the rehabilitation of rural health units, no? Why these two? Because we believe that these two are among the most important facilities in the community, di ba? Edukasyon at saka kalusugan to.
Ako po si Dr. Richard Zanlitzo, Municipal Health Officer dito sa bayan ng Agoncillo, Batangas. Since 2006 po, nalipat ako bilang Municipal Health Officer. So yung nadatnan ko dito is isang parang napakalumang building. Meron lang akong 4 na midwife tsaka isang nurse. Siyempre galing ako sa hospital, so nagulat ako sa sitwasyon. Nakipag-coordinate ako sa DOH, sa local government unit namin. So nagkaroon ng first na renovation nitong RHU year 2010. Ang worst lang na nangyari is year 2020. Na kung saan siguro alam naman yon, nagkaroon ng Taal Volcano eruption. Yung aming mga rooms dito, katulad nung dito sa nurses room, ginamit yan ng mga LCR, tapos ginamit dito treasurer. So sama-sama na. Tapos sumabay pa yung yung ulan. So yung na hindi pa namin natatanggal doon sa bubong, talagang tumulo dito sa aming sa mga files. Nakiusap kami na baka pwedeng maipasok ang aming Agoncillo RHU sa BDO Foundation. So nung makita nila, sinabi na kaagad nila sa amin na qualified ang aming health centers para sa rehabilitation ng BDO Foundation. Tuwang-tuwa ako kasi wala namang hinihiling sila na counterpart o wala namang kaming pondo para i-share na magawa ito ng totally rehabilitate. Kami dati wala nitong information, halos station na kung saan nagkukuha ng vital signs yung aming mga staff. Tapos meron kami ngayon na play area sa mga bata. Napakalaki po na naitulong itong bagong RHU. Kasi una-una, presentable. Tapos makikita mo talaga kahit yung isang pasyente may sakit, maghihintay ka ng saglit, meron ka namang magandang masisiluan, napakalaking tulong na yon. Ikalawa, yung privacy. Siyempre may pasyente, kailangan examinin mo. Tapos yung aking mga staff, nagkaroon sila ng kanilang mga pwesto na magaganda ng lugar. Pagdating ng pasyente, napapaupo muna nila kasi hindi naman po pwede sabay-sabay. Kaya napakagandang tulong sa amin at saka sa aming mga pasyente. Halos talagang 100% na services namin na iibigay namin sa kanila. Marami pa kaming gustong i-implement na program, katulad nga ng birthing facility. May naipagawa na ng BDO Foundations, meron na kaming delivery room, meron na kaming ward. So accreditations na lang ang hinahabol talaga namin.
Nung mangyari po yung Marawi conflict, I decided na I want to go there and help. Alam, ang unang tanong ng mga kaibigan ko, bakit ka pupunta doon? Pari ka, di ba? Mga Muslim yun eh. Ang sabi ko, well, first of all, bago ako naging pare, I am a human being. I am a Filipino. And my faith tells me, tulungan yung kapwa. wala nang label. So pagdating ko po dun sa Iligan, nakita ko yung kalagayan nila, lumikas sila, and video of learn na nandun ako, Father, sama kami, tulong kami.
Sa Marawi kasi, dumaan din kami doon sa relief stage. And then nung rebuilding, nakita namin one of the sectors affected was the education sector, yung mga bata. Nasira talaga yung mga classrooms. Kaya kahit na matapos yung siege, hindi sila makabalik kasi wala silang classrooms. So we decided to help them in rebuilding, no?
When Marawi was stricken by the dreaded siege, of course, yan ang kagandahan sa ugaling Filipino, yung bayanihan. So Marawi was able to open up their doors to our Christian brothers, non-Muslims who came to Marawi and supported us. BDO's intention was to let our children continue with their education. That is why they thought of donating beautiful school buildings wherein it's a 2-floor school building. Ito po ang aming paaralan ng Nanapan Elementary School, and sa paaralang ito, meron po kaming higit na more than 400 na mga learners dito sa Nanapan. Nasama ko po ang punong guro ng paaralan na ito, na si Principal Noronisa Dipatuan. Ang school building po is according to required by DepEd, which is 7x9 ang classroom. There are 3 school recipients of the beautiful school building which BDO Foundation has donated. We are right now here at Nanapan Elementary School, and as you can see, Nanapan is a far-flung school. And most of the disadvantaged and displaced families are now living within the area, because this is the outer part of Ground Zero. And most of the displaced families are settled here, gradually being transferred here in the permanent areas. And one school again is Lake Lanao National High School, which is also a far-flung school, and it's a secondary school. And another is Harat Medina Central Elementary School. It's also a far-flung school.
Kapag ang isang bayan malulusog ng mga mamamayan, kahit ang gastos ng gobyerno nababawasan. Lahat naman talaga objective namin is isang malusog na pamayanan.
Kami naman, in our parts of DepEd, we assure for the delivery of quality education, because that's what we are. Teachers are mandated to deliver quality education. So what you can expect in return for the teachers of Marawi is for us to seriously deliver quality education to our Bangsamoro learners.
Pag naisip ko yun, yung bang nandong ka lang, minsan hindi naman yung pagkain minsan hindi naman yung pere, yung bang presensya, yung pagmamahal, yung makita natin na may pananagutan tayo sa isa't isa. We have a responsibility to take care of each other.
This program is brought to you by